Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because all we do here is college football and college basketball videos every single day. We also have a Patreon page, a great website, a merchandise store that has a lot of stuff over there, so go check that out when you get a chance. And you can support Golden Blue Dude through PayPal, and every donation right now goes towards getting Golden Blue Dude a P.O. box so you can send a mini helmet of your team to Golden Blue Dude so I can display it forever in my background. Today I wanted to address a situation going on at West Virginia. The transfer portal. We're all familiar with it. It's not going anywhere. You have to deal with it. It's part of life right now. And up until this point, I've been fine with it. West Virginia did have a lot of players in the transfer portal, but all of them were Dana Holgorsen recruits. And they either had injury problems, didn't contribute all that much, or just didn't fit the current culture and system of West Virginia. That changed with this last transfer, and I'm talking about Hakeem Mesidor. He has announced that he is entering the transfer portal, and Neil Brown did a press conference, an impromptu press conference to address that. He said it hurt him, it made him sad. He thinks Hakeem Mesidor is making a bad decision in the long term, but he also praised Hakeem Mesidor and wished nothing but the best for him. He wasn't all mad saying, oh man, I hope bad things on him and he's not going to do well when it... No, that's not what he said. He just said he thinks this was a bad decision. That's all. You gotta remember, these people are still young. They're young adults still trying to figure out life. And things are gonna get flashed in front of them. You know, money, flashy things. And when you're young like that, we were all young. I'm almost 40 myself. But I remember being in my early 20s, and you're drawn to that stuff. You're drawn to the glamour, you're drawn to the money, you're drawn to the power. It is what it is. But the problem is there's no uniform rules for the transfer portal to discourage people from flashing things in front of these athletes, and they can make a quick decision that they might regret later on. Now, Hakeem Mesidor, he took to Twitter and he said one of the reasons he did it was because he felt unsafe at West Virginia. And a lot of people reference that to a random stabbing in a bar in Morgantown that happened a month ago. Let me tell you something. LA's probably at least 100 times more dangerous than Morgantown. So he didn't clarify on that. If there's something that I don't know about, y'all let me know in the comments section because I don't want to call him a liar when something happened. But if you're basing it off of that, then it doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense. Like I said before, I was okay with the transfer portal and the transfers entering the transfer portal because they were all Dana Holgorsen recruits. Well, Hakeem Mesidor was a Neil Brown recruit, so that changes the game. And Neil Brown went on and did that press conference and said he was sad and hurt because he invested so much time into Hakeem Mesidor. He flew down to Florida and back to Toronto, Canada, all within 24 hours to get Hakeem at West Virginia. So he put a lot of time and effort into getting Hakeem Mesidor at West Virginia. Now, I think our defensive line is going to be fine. It's one of the deepest positions we have on the defense, but that's going to hurt. Hakeem was a starter, and he was one of the leading tacklers from the defense from last year. That's going to hurt. I would equate that to the loss of Tyke Smith back in 2021. Now, did we recover and we were fine? Yes, I think our defense is in good hands. But to say that this loss won't hurt us, that's insane. It's gonna hurt us. In the same breath, I do think our defense will be fine. It has been the strong suit of West Virginia, and I like the direction of our offense. Getting Graham Harrell, that was a home run hire. He's already instilling confidence into the quarterbacks. I think we're going to be able to score 30-plus points consistently this year. We haven't been able to say that over the past 2 years. It has been our defense that has saved us and put us in games a chance to win when we should not have a chance to win. This year, I don't think it'll be like that. This year, I think West Virginia will be able to consistently score 30 points or more, and our defense, all they have to do is hold the opposition to 30 points or lower, and we have a chance to win. 4 of our 6 regular season losses were 50-50 football games. Could have gone either way. You flip 2 of those, that's an 8-4 season. You flip all 4 of them, that's a 10-win season. That's how close West Virginia was to being a really good team last year. Maybe not elite, but a really good team and getting to a really good bowl. One thing that was exposed in the bowl game against Minnesota was flipping the field. We were one of the worst teams at kick coverage and getting field position, and that's why whenever I did the prediction between West Virginia and Minnesota, I said Minnesota's going to win this by a lot. They have a better defense, and they're good at flipping the field and getting good field position. We were down at the bottom when it came to field position. Minnesota near the top, so I knew right off the bat that they were going to win that battle. when Neil Brown says he's going to address the special teams now that he has let go of the reins of the offense over to Graham Harrell. But I'm telling you what, this really bothers me. Hakeem Mesidor entering the transfer portal, and I'm hearing a lot of rumors that USC has been tampering. That's right. I'm hearing news that USC has been offering him before he even entered the transfer portal. How is that not tampering? How is that not illegal? Something has to be done to regulate the transfer portal. Otherwise, all you have to do is go up to an existing player on a team who's even a starter. Hakeem Mesidor is a starter. A star defensive lineman for West Virginia was going to have an outstanding year at West Virginia. Flash something in front of them and say, hey, come over here and look at all what we'll give you. Isn't that the same thing as bribing? I mean, is bribing legal? Is this what this has turned into? The transfer portal and the NIL has turned into bribing athletes? I mean, this is insane, guys. And I know one of the biggest arguments that I've also heard is that he didn't want to play the position that he was assigned. He wants to play defensive end, and West Virginia had him at tackle. But the thing is, this hit Neil Brown out of the blue because he said, you know, usually you can tell a difference in attitude, the way they act, the way they practice, the way they talk to you when this transfer thing is going. Well, if he was that unhappy, then why didn't he show signs? Why didn't he talk to the coaches? Hey, coach, I'd rather go to the defensive end than be a tackle. I think I would have more of a chance to show the NFL what I really have if I go to defensive end. I'm sure Neil Brown would have worked with him and at very minimum would rotate him from nose tackle to defensive end during the games, if not straight up put him on the defensive end. I don't know the total defensive scheme and how that would allow him to be a defensive end, but I'm sure Neil Brown would do the best he could to accommodate Hakeem Mesidor because, like he said in the press conference, he invests a lot of time, travel, money, effort, a lot of stuff into Hakeem Mesidor, and that's why this has hurt Neil Brown. This has shown him loyalty is nothing right now. It doesn't matter how much you invest into a person. If they change their mind on the spur of the moment, they can enter the transfer portal, and if you can't talk them out of it, it's going to happen. Nothing you can do can change their mind once they make up their mind. That's the thing that people have to realize is these kids are so young, they're still in that mentality where when they make up their mind, that's it. They're doing it. Doesn't matter what the pros and the cons are. They've made up their mind and they're going to do it. And that's the direction that college football is headed in. And maybe that's good for Alabama and USC and Ohio State and all those bigger brands. But there's more to football than just those bigger brands. You have the mid-tier brands like West Virginia, NC State, Kentucky, Purdue, Washington State, Oregon State, all those mid-tier teams that don't have a chance if this keeps going. And it comes down to bribing, and if you're allowed to bribe, then it's the game over. Whoever has the most money is going to get the best athletes. And I know that's been basically what it's been about for a while, because the teams that have the most money gets the best coaches, the best facilities, blah, 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 blah. But now you're literally handing the athletes money, so that's what the game has turned into. So hopefully West Virginia can figure out a way to combat this NIL. Otherwise, we're going to see a lot more of this. Loyalty means nothing when you start flashing the Benjamins. Then that's the bottom line. And I'm not trying to trash talk Hakeem Mesidor, not by a long shot. I wish nothing but the best for him. Like I said before, he's a young kid, and these are the type of decisions that young kids make. It is what it is. I hope he has a great, successful career from here on out, even into the NFL. But I'm saying this hurts West Virginia, and we got to figure out a way to combat this. And I will have a big special guest on the live show on Monday, and we will talk about this, and he agrees with me. There is some tampering going on. There is no way around it. There's no other explanation. Tampering is going on, and we need to figure out how to combat it. Y'all let me know in the comments section what your thoughts are on this situation. Can't wait to see your comments. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.